I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
All right, I flew out on my broomstick. I'm ready, guys. I was outside playing Quidditch for a minute, but it started storming, and then Voldemort came. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Total Apex Media Podcast. I'm your host, Corey. And joining me, as always, is Michelle, Molly, Andrew, and Brandon. Hello, family.
Hello. You have way too much energy for me, dude.
Oh, I do. Well, guess what? It's about to get even more. Today, we are talking White House propaganda, PS pricing, and we're kicking off our National Women's Month with one of the OGs, as I say, RBG, as I call her. But first, let's go to the WBC with Andrew and Brandon with sports.
So originally I was going to cover basketball, but Brandon, there's something breaking with the NFL. Apparently, the Ravens backed out of the Max Crosby deal, which is kind of insane because, they gave up 2 firsts, and now I have no idea what the hell is going on with that. Because, free agency day 2 has, already went by, and I honestly, I'm just so confused. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I think without the context of what happened, there's not really a reason to mention it again because, let's just get back to basketball. For the Heat, Bam Adebayo joins Dwayne Wade as their only 10K scorers. This is, I saw this headline and I just realized, he's been on the Heat for a while. Basically.
Yes, he has been. Yep.
Yeah. And so I found it notable that, LeBron was there, Chris Bosh. I remember, a lot of, top Heat players back in the day at this point. What are your thoughts on him making that accomplishment?
Bam deserves that accomplishment because he's been one of the most longest tenured Heat members, along with him and D Wade. Spending their whole career there. He's probably going to get his jersey retired in Miami, along with Jimmy Butler for that. Those 2 finals runs, the one in the bubble and the one in 2023 against Jokic. Bam's one of the great centers at defending, even though he's undersized. He's still one of the top defenders at that position, even though Holmgren and Wemby have made that leaps and bounds better. But for me, I think Bam Adebayo is that accomplishment is great for him and everything. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Also, Tyler Hero won. He won. I'm pretty sure NBA Player of the Month or week or something the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good accomplishment. And then SGA last night tied Will Chamberlain's record in pretty sure it was 3s, right? Or
in the it's Will Chamberlain's 20-point game record, the most consecutive 20-point game.
Oh, okay, got it.
That was the record. That he tied last night. But he clutched he knocked in the game winner in that thriller last night. So as you were alluding to with 3s, so
yeah, I think I was talking to my friend. He was saying, like, if the Thunder win another title this year and SGA wins MVP, like, he might get into. I know we had the top 20 discussion before, maybe top 30. Like, how do you see SGA's like rise, like, as a player, like in comparison to, like, all-time greats?
So I think SGA can make a case for being all-time, but the problem is with that right now is the reputation for the foul baiting that he does at times.
Okay.
From most. I mean, the reputation of the foul baiting and getting to the line and stuff like that it knocks him a little bit in those conversations in not like accolade wise, but like perception wise, if you get what I'm saying with that, Andrew. The perception of him is not the greatest right now. Now, in 15 years, when you look at the accolades and forget how he got to them, then people will be like, oh yeah, no, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. But until then, I think, put it to a minimum, but I still respect SGA as personally. That's not a me thing, but most people just minimize it because of the free throws. So,
yeah. Speaking of like injuries, and we have a few more with the Celtics center undergoing surgery for a fractured finger. Will be evaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. The same can be said with Tyrese Maxey. He has also had I think sprained finger tendon.
yep.
And then the rookie Igor Demon, his season's over with the Nets. But in terms of the Celtics and 76ers, how did those injuries impact their potential playoff push?
So the Maxey injury could put them in the play-in because Maxey was their best player this season. That could devastate them and put them in the play-in. The Vucevic injury, with them getting Tatum back, as we talked about on last Friday's show, and everything, I think that doesn't really impact the Celtics too bad. I mean, it impacts their size, but he should be back before the playoffs, and I think Maxey should be back too. But it just depends on how Philly looks over the next couple of weeks without him. If they either stay in the top 6 or they drop to the play-in and have to fight for their playoff lives in the play-in tournament. So,
yeah. And we get to the next topic. The Hornets are sending a 2026 second-round pick to the Heat to resolve their dispute with Terry Rozier. He was he had allegations of fraud and money laundering. It wasn't. Was it betting related or was it not?
It was betting. It was betting. Yeah, it was sports betting.
Yeah. So they're basically, saying like they had like a case about it, and they're, I guess both sides like agree to. He did plead not guilty, but it was still like a bad look. And then getting to the other thing that the NBA canceled the Hawks planned Magic City tribute. It was. We were supposed to cover last week, but basically, yesterday they were planning to cancel it. After all the backlash of that, and I mean, that was kind of expected. Like right when they announced that, it was just players calling them out.
It was next level promotion. That's all I can say on this podcast without getting fined or anything like that. But next level. So it was. I mean, most the fans are upset with Silver for doing it, but I think that Silver made the right call for the shareholders and everything like that on this one. So.
Right. And then talk about the 50th anniversary of the Kemba Walker moment.
Yes, so today marks the 15-year anniversary of the Cardiac Kemba shop as it's coined. It was Kemba Walker and the UConn Huskies were playing the Pittsburgh Panthers in the Big East quarterfinals of the 2011 tournament. Now, UConn needed to make a run in the Big East tournament to even make the NCAA tournament, because they had an up and down Big East season that year because of injuries and stuff like that. Pittsburgh was the number 3 team in the tournament in the country at the time, and it was tied at 74. Kemba, with the famous, on mismatch on the center, he had the mismatch on their center. I can't remember the center's name off the top of my head at the moment. But he gets the mismatch on him and does the step back to his left, hits the 2 to put them over 76-74 win in the quarterfinals. They would go on to win the Big East championship that year and the national championship that year. So that you can argue that moment sparked them, because that game could have gone any way. And that shot by Kemba Walker rallied that UConn Huskies team and made a run. I will have an article with full details of the impact of the play and everything like that on Totally Apex Sports after this podcast tonight, if y'all want to read about it.
Nice. And then we have, the fixture in the college basketball point shaving scheme pled guilty today in the Philadelphia court. His name was Jalen Smith. He was apparently, fixing it originally started in China like 2 years ago, and then he started doing it in college basketball, and that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of like gambling scandals, and like anytime like a player like gets caught doing that, they're basically banned for life, or some, depending on the context, some like harsh punishment, like kind of like the Rozier thing. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how it works, like how the taking things to court just takes like so long, to where like sometimes the ripple effects you don't even feel them until like way later. But getting to college basketball, North Carolina's Caleb Wilson had a season-ending injury.
Yep.
I think he'll project to be a top like 3 or 5 pick in the draft.
Yeah, he was top 4. He was going to be the 4th pick probably right now, behind Boozer and DeBonsta and Peterson. So I think he'll still go top 4. I think his talent is still equals top 4. It's just unfortunate with his thumb. Doing it in practice and rehabbing from the other thumb that he hurt, So sucks for him and everything like that. I'll combine that with the Duke injuries as well, with Caleb Foster out indefinitely with his foot injury over the weekend against UNC. That is also a devastating injury for Duke if he can't come back for the tournament as well. And they have another injury to their freshman center. I'm going to butcher his name if I try to say it right now, but he's out for the ACC tournament. He should be back for the NCAA tournament for Duke. So those injuries are rough for those 2 blue bloods in college right now. So
yeah, and then we have Arkansas's Darius Acuff named SEC Player Freshman of the Year. And then also, I was surprised to see ASU parting ways with their head coach. Aren't they like good this year?
No. So they were. So the thing is with Arizona State, the weird thing with Arizona State this year, it's they were like middle of the pack in the Big 12 and everything like that. I don't think they were bad, but they weren't like Arizona, Iowa State, those echelons. They weren't going to make the tournament. So it sucks for Bobby Hurley, but at the same time, after several years of disappointing seasons at Arizona State, it's it had to happen.
Yeah,
so.
And then a few other firings with Boston College firing Earl Grant and Georgia Tech firing Damon Stoudemire. I mean, those were expected, I feel like.
Yep.
But yeah, moving on, we have the WBC, Team USA beating Mexico. They face Italy tonight. If they win, I'm pretty sure they qualify.
Yeah, they'll be they'll be the first seed in the Group C and Pool C, and they'll qualify for and they'll face like the second place team in I think it was Group D. They played the second place team in either Group B or or Pool B or Pool D. I think that's how it goes. But
yeah, I had to look this up and learn a lot about the different pools and how the tournament kind of works and everything. And and then Japan secured berth in quarterfinals in Pool C after their win on Sunday against Australia. South Korea beat Australia, reaching the quarterfinal from Pool C. Yeah, and then it's basically the quarterfinal field is basically set with Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, and then in Pool A we have either Cuba or Canada, and then in Pool C it's decided between the U.S., Italy, and Mexico. So with the different pools, like that's just where they like rank, and then they would eventually play each other. Okay.
That's basically how it goes. So it's a knockout stage after this, it'll be a knockout stage. So your favorites are probably going to be like I said, USA, Japan, USA, Japan, Dominican Republic, maybe Venezuela to reach the semis. It'll go quarterfinal, semis, and then the final. That's how it will go in this.
Yeah. So, and surprisingly, Otani's not in the lineup for Japan's final pool play against the Czech Republic. Pretty sure it was earlier today, but
it was earlier this morning.
Yeah. Moving on. What is it? I just got an update about the Crosby thing. It was due to failed physical. So that is not surprising to me.
That's not a good sign. Yeah.
I'm wondering like how, he is coming off of I'm pretty sure he had a season-ending injury. I don't know if it was a season-ending injury or he just didn't want to play for the Raiders.
I think it was an ACL injury. I think he hurt his knee.
Yeah. So I can't really fault the Ravens for not, because if they don't like what they see about their about his ACL, then like it's not worth like making that type of a move. And
especially two first-round pick.
Yeah, that's those teams aren't going to budge for that because they know if another team medical staff is a little more looser and they can take that type of a gamble, then they would come in and do that. But in general, like the Raiders, this free agency period have loaded up on the offseason. But speaking of a team that hasn't really been doing that, including the Ravens, is the Eagles. But they finally got their free agent. Yeah, they found somebody with Woolen. I actually really like that move because that corner room. But you can talk about that a little bit more.
So Reek Woolen. Now I always forget he shortened his name from Tariq to Reek. But anyway, Reek. He's had an up and down career in Seattle. After winning, being third in rookie year, voting his rookie year with the 6 interceptions, getting the Pro Bowl nod. His rookie year, he had his best season when they won the Super Bowl last year since his rookie year. Not like intercepting the ball, but in coverage. He allowed his fewest yards he's allowed in his career on it was like 383 on 39 receptions, according to Pro Football Reference. So that Reek Woolen is growing to be Jerry. Don't worry, it's Howie time. Don't worry, Jerry. Don't worry, we'll be making the moves. Anyway, Reek Woolen is one of those guys that he will be one of the stud corners outside, and they answered their cornerback 2 situation from last year. I like the Dory Jackson at the end of the year, but he's not Reek Woolen, and Reek Woolen will, base his speed and length can shut a side of the field down if he can keep his head in the game. if he doesn't keep it at the end of the game, it's another head case situation. So,
yeah,
I love the move.
We could probably talk more about the KC thing with Walker. That was probably the biggest signing, and then Travis Kelce returning. But I had to bring this up because Darren Lee has a first-degree murder charge after his girlfriend's death. But apparently, it was released that or it was made known that he asked ChatGPT how to hide the body, and that was one of the things that kind of incriminated himself.
God.
Yeah, it's just wild. The NFL is
It's like your search history. You don't look that stuff up on your computer like that. Okay? Don't do that.
No, don't do
something
that.
new every day.
You do. That's the craziest situation. I saw that this morning. I was like, well, why? But yeah, Travis Kelce and Kenneth Walker.
I guess nobody ever accused NFL players of being intelligent.
No, definitely.
Too many head injuries.
God, definitely not.
Okay, Michelle. Dang.
I mean, am I wrong?
Well, no, but
Kansas City getting a run game with Kenneth Walker is huge. Obviously, we'll talk more about that on Friday, obviously. But Kenneth Walker the best signing of the whole period so far for out of any team because they needed a run game and they got it in Kansas City now.
Yeah, the only thing is they have to hope Mahomes comes back.
That don't mean anything.
Yeah, they just have to hope Mahomes comes back healthy next year, to try to make that run, because in free agency they basically lost their whole secondary and defense. So I don't know.
Secondary.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see what happens with Kansas City.
Yeah, but that's gonna do it for sports. Stay tuned for Friday's show. We're gonna have all the free agent coverage when all the stuff is official, because we're in the tampering period where the new league year hasn't started. That starts tomorrow. So these players it's not in pen and in writing yet. So a lot of stuff going on.
All right. Well, thank you guys for always doing sports. All right. So moving on from the sports world to the entertainment world, it is Total Apex Entertainment. All right, so starting on a fun note, it has been cast. He has been cast. The man himself from Community, Atlanta, aka Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, is officially playing the voice of Yoshi. Yep, that's exactly.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So first off, this what was it? Yesterday they released the final trailer for Super Mario Galaxy movie, which of course they made major casting announcements. Donald Glover being one of them for the upcoming animated sequel. Yoshi was teased, of course, originally in the first movie. Of course, Yoshi. We all got our introduction to Yoshi, of course, in Super Mario World. And then we all discovered how to unalive Yoshi in Super Mario World. Yeah.
Why you have to bring up past grievances like that, my dude?
Because dark times. The kids need to know about the dark times of video games.
Don't unalive Yoshi.
Oh, that's what they did in order to get to that one ledge. Now, of course,
it was kind of easy. It was kind of easy to unalive Yoshi in that game.
Yeah. So, of course, I honestly think this is good casting. This Donald Glover is kind of a warm, playful, kind of lovable energy kind of guy when you kind of get, especially from his roles in Community.
Yes, I do agree with that, Jerry.
He is a great actor. Yes, thank you, Jerry. And of course, he can almost do anything. You guys have seen him play from his role, like I said, in Atlanta to Troy Barnes in Community to Lando Calrissian in Solo. He's even dabbled in a few cartoons himself. One of them being the Ultimate Spider-Man as Miles Morales. His only one time for Miles Morales. This is back when people wanted him to play Spider-Man at some point. They wanted to play Miles Morales. So, but of course, what is the story that we're looking at here? Well, it's looking like the story is Princess Peach's birthday party is somehow into like a spiral, kind of goes into a bit of a spiral on a galactic adventure, which of course Mario and Luigi find themselves in space because, well, they're gonna stop the infamous Bowser Jr. I keep wanting to say Bowser Jr.
Everybody does.
Yeah, Bowser Jr., who's there to rescue his dad and help get the Koopa Kingdom back in order. This movie will also, of course, have Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, and Anya Taylor-Joy returning as their characters. And we'll be introducing Brie Larson as Princess Rosalina, Louise Guzman as Wart, and Issa Rae, and I'm probably butchering her name, as Honey Queen. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a good time. The movie is supposed to drop April 1st, 2026. And no, this is not an April Fool's joke.
So they took the let's get this party started, literally.
But, all right, enough fun. We're going to try something kind of new tonight. Tonight, it is going to be...
No.
Are you okay? You okay?
Yeah. No.
Tonight, we're going to try something I'm calling the Entertainment Master Debate. That's right, I made it dirty a little bit.
I wasn't going to say anything, but you just had to say it.
It's a mass debate.
So there's a reason why we see Trump there with the Chipocalypse Now thing. So I wonder who made this. Whoever made this I want to say they actually did a pretty good job.
Whoever made it either has the greatest editing skills and
they used AI.
Or they used AI, and if you did, shame on you, but your prompting skills are awesome.
Yeah. So today, so this past week, a couple days ago, there was a White House had posted a video on their social media that, of course, was straight propaganda.
Yep.
All right. A clip designed to project the American military strength, and to do that, they decided to slice together a bunch of footage from at least 14 to 15 different films and TV shows. We're talking Gladiator, Top Gun, Superman, etc. Right? And the caption. Hold on, I lost my place. There we go. No. The caption to this whole thing said, "Justice the American way." All right. So, well, here's the thing. They use these clips without permission from the original creators. And we all know what happens to that. We get copyright strike. We can't even do that here. So one of the questions I want to ask us first is this fair to not give them a copyright strike, but people like us, get struck all the time with this? Is this fair?
It's not fair. It's not.
No, the rules should be applied to everybody equally.
Yep.
For sure. And Aren't actors kind of fighting back against this, or was this the
topic?
topic?
I have not gotten there yet.
Okay.
I've not gotten there yet. Yeah.
I still have the crown, Brandon.
You're gonna keep that crown for a little bit. You're gonna keep that crown.
Right.
But yeah, it should be applied equally. It should be applied. It should not be like a difference between if the White House or a politician uses a video and it just gets like glared at by YouTube or the whole movie industry, but small time creators use it and then they get copyright struck and it like completely derails their monetization of their AdSense and everything. So
right. Can you go to the next slide, please? Or I guess I can do it. I got it.
Oh, yeah, you got the power.
Yeah. I'm used to the, so these are of course some of the slides that they also used. They had Kylo Ren in there, Master Chief in there. I don't know what the middle one's from. They had Mel Gibson from Braveheart, and then they had Walter White. First off, who thinks if you're using Walter White, who thinks they're going to war on that one?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No. I think breaking the law.
I saw the Master Chief clip, and I nearly threw my phone across the room.
Oh, no.
Like the disrespect.
Yes. Don't hurt your phone.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Your phone is not at fault.
Don't hurt your own stuff.
I have it. It's fine. The cracks came from like way before this, but hey.
Right. But of course, there have been actors who have been upset about this. Mm-hmm. One being one of our favorite comedic actors, Ben Stiller. He says, "Hey, White House, please remove the Tropic Thunder clip. We never gave you permission and have no interest in being part of your propaganda machine. War is not a movie."
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Stiller.
Thank you, Mr. Stiller. You are a role model. You are.
Yeah, even though he did do a movie about war, that wasn't the main focus of that movie. That movie was literally about a movie being made about war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a difference between movies about war and trying to suggest that war is like movies.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, another celebrity, of course, that said anything was Steve Downs, who is the voice. Downey as the voice of Master Chief from the video games Halo. Mm-hmm. It says, "It has come to my attention that there is at least one propaganda video circulating that was either produced or at very least endorsed by the White House that uses images of Master Chief and uses my voice to support the war in Iran. Let me make it clear. I did not participate in nor was I consulted, nor do I endorse the use of my voice in this video or the message it conceives." Conveys. Thank you, Molly.
I'm sorry
for showing everybody how.
I'm sorry.
It's in front of everybody.
It's a knee-jerk reaction out of me. I apologize. I'll try.
And then finally, the voice of Yugi Moto himself has also said something. "It came to my attention that the White House used my voice to encourage violence in Iran. Do so." I'm gonna butcher this one, so Molly, you go for it.
"Doing so tacitly implicates Kazuki Takahashi's most beloved contribution, which continues to inspire people to become who they are. And this was presented in a way far removed from the story he was telling. Takahashi died saving others. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is universal, not political. It is disrespectful to present in any other way."
Right. So, I would like to find out from everybody here, were they in the right to even use any of these clips? How are you guys feeling about this? Are they crossing a line now when they're using our favorite entertainment to try to get us into hype about war?
Y'all are gonna hate me for this. But if they went through the right channels and got rights to use them from the people that own the IPs, then they are well within their rights to use them as they see fit. But
they clearly didn't.
But they clearly didn't, because a lot of actors are coming forward saying, I did not get permission for you to use my likeness in this propaganda video. But here's the thing. Are we just going on saying that, yes, an actor kind of owns their likeness, but is their character that they're playing owned by the people that own the IP, and the owners of the IP can give permission for the White House to use these clips?
I think it depends on the contract that the artist had, whether they're a voice actor or a live actor. I think that they have, it depends on the contract that they have an agreement with them, and how that material can be used in the future, whether it can be reworked or not, what types of things can it be used for, that sort of thing. Because I'm certain some actors are going to have that kind of clause in their contracts to prevent it from being used for exactly this. Also, I mean, if they're using Kylo Ren, dude, that's Disney.
Yeah,
One
Disney,
of the most
they should not have
litigious
been.
companies in the world.
I'm surprised we haven't heard anything from Disney for the fact that they use one of their IPs.
Oh, they not just them. They had a Marvel in there. They had Star Wars in there. They had a few things.
Now White House.
If you look back, let's see, where was it? If you look at that Ben Stiller one,
there you go.
That's from Iron Man. I think that's from Iron Man 1, if I remember correctly. 1 or 2. That's the back of Robert Downey Jr.'s head.
When he's going to clap off. Not sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, but all I'm saying is that if we're going off of the, like, probably the correct version of, they didn't ask for these, somebody just put this together in a White House editing room, then no, they don't have the right, and they must take it down. And plus, I don't like that it's like conveying a sense of like levity, that the sense of levity of war, because all of these movies are like, we're gonna fight for the American cause or for justice or yada yada, right? But here's the thing: all of these movies are meant to entertain. War is not entertainment.
Right. No, exactly. Real people are dying. People who are, other people's brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, children, and not to mention, and that's just the soldiers. That's not even talking about the innocents who are being killed or injured. I don't think there's any reason to make fun out of this. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's very serious, and it should be handled that way.
This is all, by the way, on the cusp of them also putting out, or Trump putting out a video of the Obamas dressed as monkeys. And he didn't put it out. He retweeted it, I guess. It was done by somebody else.
Yeah. I did not see it. I didn't go looking for it, but I heard about it, and it's horrible.
I refuse to give them my numbers for views for that stuff. I can hear about it from somebody, but I refuse to add to the number count.
Same.
But I just have beef with the whole fact of the president is supposed to be a role model for Americans, because he is at the top of the government. He's one of the people at the top of the government, and he is supposed to like be sort of a role model for people. And he's sending out tweets making fun of other people like that. Don't get me wrong. I understand. I'm historically speaking, that has happened, but that has happened to plenty of presidents for the longest time. A lot of presidents have made fun of their opponents and everything, because that's just how campaigning and going after your opponent is. But still, it's like one of those things, like in such a contentious time period that we're in right now, that is not something we need.
No.
Yeah, and there's a difference between campaigning against someone, like when you're opposing each other. Like right now, there's a whole bunch of political ads running on TV. I see them every single day between my YouTube videos and stuff. And it's like, okay, so these people and this person's going to say, oh, that person's bad for the role because of X, Y, and Z. You know, this person did this, that, and the other thing. But they're not going to take their opponent and make them look like an animal. They're not going to make fun of them.
Which is a racial undertone. BT dubs. That's always been a racial undertone.
It's not even an undertone. It's just him straight being.
Oh, it's racist.
Yes.
I say I used the wrong. Racist. I used that wrong. I used the phrase wrong.
I'll say this, and this is me personally saying this. This doesn't represent any of the views from Total Apex Media or anybody else here. I honestly think that there's enough politics in the entertainment business itself. There's no need for him to use entertainment like that to try to get, because there's impressionable people, there's kids out there who are like, oh, I'll watch I like war because, or whatever. You know, I like Iron Man. I like all of this. I like Captain America and whatnot. Captain America went to war, but Captain America wasn't out there putting weird propaganda out there like that.
But what's sad is that this has actually happened before. There was a war hero. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but he was pretty decorated. He had come back. He was a highly decorated soldier, and they decided, hey, the stuff that you're doing just sounds so fantastic, because he was doing like what a lot of people would be consider like amazing operations across overseas and everything.
Right.
And they decided to create movies about him, and he starred in these movies somewhat. So, and what's so bad is that boys that watched these movies when the next conflict came up, because they watched those movies, were gung-ho to go and join the military. So this is not new, and it's sad that it's going to work for a lot of people, because they're going to be like, I'm going to go and be the cool hero of America. I'm like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not all glory. It's mostly guts. Just
right.
Yeah.
Guts.
I mean, there's always been propaganda. As far back as we've had, visual media. I mean, propaganda could be in the form of a poster or anything. We've had it forever, but this is different. This is taking mainstream entertainment and turning it into propaganda, and without the permission of those who own the properties.
Right.
So there's several layers of wrongness here.
Right. So this is going to be a continuing debate throughout ages and throughout history. What are you guys thinking? How are you feeling about the video itself? Is it hurting you? Do you think it's something that's not needed? Do you like it? Who knows? How anybody else is feeling. Just leave a comment and let us know, everybody. All right. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this and you have not subscribed yet.
And like.
Also hit that like button.
Yeah.
And what else should they do, guys?
Click the bell.
And choose all notifications in case you want to know when we go live the next time.
Exactly.
If you guys, we are not done with this.
If you guys do this and we meet a total of 1,000 subscribers, we'll get Andrew drunk and do a live now.
No.
I'm already spinning because of the Crosby stuff. It's kind of wild.
Okay, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet, Corey? I mean, Andrew can drink you under the table.
Oh man!
I can't. I can't.
You can't.
I'm sure. It's just gonna be two people reluctantly drinking. That's it.
Y'all don't drink, man? We gotta do a drunk episode one time. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sure,
Well, that's
yeah.
No, we can't. I'm kidding.
all right. All right. We don't endorse drinking either. All right. That's it for entertainment.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
Mm.
Oh Lord. Did we lose Molly?
I think so. Let's give her a minute to see if she comes back.
All right. Well, in the meantime, to fill in everybody, don't forget to check out all the other podcasts on this channel. Our sports podcast, which is every Friday. Our wrestling podcast, which is every Thursday, I think.
Thursday nights.
Yeah, Thursday is wrestling. Monday is the gaming podcast.
And we might have an anime. We got an anime podcast happening tomorrow. So stay tuned. One of the topics, Samurai Champloo, live action.
Also, Corey, too, shout out Sunday. We're going to do a bracket reaction to the men's tournament bracket.
Okay.
On Sunday. So stay tuned to that.
All right. All right. From entertainment to gaming, here is Molly with the games.
Well, hello everyone. Happy Mario Day.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! Yeah, March 10th is the officially recognized day for our lovable plumber Mario, because it spells out Mario if you're using the shortened abbreviation version with the number 10. Okay, little thing like that. Anyway,
Well, you said, by the way, with the
cute.
PlayStation logo up. By the way,
I was just saying Happy Mario Day. Whatever. Anyway, the PlayStation Store is in the news today for something that a lot of people are not too happy about.
I don't think I'm going to be happy about this either when I hear it.
You are not. Basically, they are starting to test dynamic pricing for their PlayStation Store. For the PlayStation Store.
I'm not happy.
So,
what is dynamic pricing?
Basically, they are testing to show the different prices to different users depending on where you are or your purchase history.
Yes.
So prices increase. There's a chance for prices to increase on repeat buyers. And if people that don't buy as often, they're going to offer a more discounted price so that you buy more and then you get put into that bracket. And it's reminding people of when Ticketmaster got really in big, deep trouble when they basically hiked up their prices for that Oasis reunion. Like they took their tickets and just like shot up the price. But this was actually found by a group called PS Prices. That's literally what they're called. And they monitor like 50 regions for the different price increases, and they found a trend of PS Store prices in these 50 regions. And let me see, they said that there was an unusual offer structure with experimental identifiers. So within the codes that they were using, they were seeing like weird little identifiers that's showing that this is an experiment that they're trying out. And let's see, so these prices are shown to certain users selected by Sony. So they are not everywhere. Right now, I think they're being tested in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. But not in the US and Japan, because apparently we are a little bit for speaking of that, Jerry, I will get to that. US and Japan have a lot more stricter regulations when it comes to and market sensitivity. Basically, I'm seeing it as when we see those differences, we're like, hey, don't mess with our prices like that, and we get very mad about it. But some PlayStation titles that have been kind of seen are God of War, Spider-Man, Helldivers 2, which is like bad because that is a really popular game right now, and Stellar Blade. And these are personalized discounts for these games then they offer discounts as high up to 12.5% off. So they're like, Brandon's like, yeah, keep my games out of that system.
keep my stuff
Out
regular
from-
price, please.
Yeah,
Will
and
Smith.
and
Will
and
Smith.
third party games that are being affected are WWE 2K25. I always say it like that. Do not come at me. I'm sorry. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, which a lot of people have been playing for since it came out. It's been like a favorite game for a while. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and many more. And the discounts they are offering for these third-party games range between 5.3 to 17.6%.
Good grief. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Nintendo store where they have a setup to where like you can get certain games here and there for a certain price, but all the games that you want, they never change the prices for them at all.
Yeah, so right now they're in what they call the A/B testing. I think I said that a little earlier. So it's not like a whole universal thing right now. We're probably not going to see it because of how American prices work and all that jazz. Granted, almost all of us can't afford to buy new games for the most part. I know I can't. But okay, I know Brandon's opinion on this. He's been very. As soon as I said it before we even started this podcast, he was like, "No."
I saw it on this morning on TikTok. I was like, "No, please don't do this. Please don't.
Please don't do this." As soon as I heard about it, I was like, "No, they did not. Why would they do that?" We talked about this on the podcast for the Total Apex podcast for gaming yesterday, the Gamer Geek Out that we call it. But we wanted to confirm before we got like down into the dirty details and all that jazz. But what are y'all's opinions on it, Michelle?
I think people are going to get mad. I think that they're testing it in Europe is particularly dumb because the European Union loves to come after big companies doing shenanigans. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to last.
That's how Ticketmaster got burned in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, Ticketmaster actually just finally settled. I saw an article recently about that. So yeah, but this is not going to last because too many people are going to get angry, including governments.
Corey, what do you think?
Honestly, I think that it's a mistake. Like it's already hard enough for people to buy game systems and whatnot and everything just based off of how much everything is costing right now, just basically based off the economy and whatnot. And so now they're wanting to like, and I get like, PlayStation. I'm a big PlayStation person, for years, I take advantage of PlayStation Plus, like I think I bought Kingdom Hearts. It was at $99 at some point, and it went down to $65, and that was like almost half off, and so it was that and that was for the whole series of Kingdom Hearts games.
So you got a deal for that right there.
So I like the current system they have now, not what they're trying to do.
This is on top of the news that we found out. PlayStation is starting to step back from partnering with Steam for their games. So a lot of PlayStation exclusives are being taken off of Steam. This is also on the tail of the fact that they've just released the more information about the new console, the PS6 that's in development. So maybe it's just another piece of the puzzle about the direction that Sony PlayStation is going to go in. For just having their own, like, going back into their own, like, exclusive little bubble rather than just branching out like they have been. Andrew, what's your opinion on it?
Yeah. So it, like, doesn't make sense in terms of, like, you're already competing with, like, PC in terms of, like, the cost of games on Steam and Steam and everything, and then it would make sense for them to kind of make it like very exclusive, because like normally if it's just like if I can get the same game on PC, then like why should I pay it for the price hike just because I'm playing on a console? But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, like the effects on that.
I guess we're gonna have to see how PlayStation reacts to the reaction of the gamers.
Yeah.
Because if they do anything too, I'm gonna call it too dastardly, gamers are not gonna want to buy PlayStation games. They're gonna go to Xbox. They're gonna go to Microsoft, or they're gonna go to Steam, and they're not just gonna care about any sort of PlayStation games. Because a lot of people, third party, they use PlayStation as a publisher. Well, who's to say that they can't just go to another publisher and get their stuff on Steam anyway? So if they go the wrong direction, they're gonna lose a lot of developers' games, because developers want to get their stuff out as many people as possible, so they can make that money. But if you like put yourself in that bubble, you're not gonna get like a big following, especially if you're hiking those prices up like that. Nope. But that is the gossip for the gaming world right now. Back to you, Corey.
All right. And as far as I'm concerned, PlayStation, like at least if they release that PS6, I'll be able to finally afford a PS5. All right.
I doubt it. I think the PS6 is just going to be a PS5 with just a different outside. Just a different.
They're just going to like, yeah, it's PS6. We just added a line on the outside of it. That's it.
It's going to be like the iPhone. iPhone don't change.
Ah, you stole my words.
I know. They were so good. I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right. So from gaming life to living life, here's Michelle with living. So before we get into living real quick, I want to let everybody know that it is National Women's History Month. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. And so Total Apex Media Podcast will be featuring a new woman of history each week from each different section. Today, we are starting where it should start, in living with Michelle.
Thanks, Corey. So today I'd like to start my segment with one of my very favorite women from history. And she is from recent history. So I feel like we all know her. But some of the younger folks may not know about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and what she's done or what she did for equal rights. So we're just going to be talking about her for a little bit. So one of the really interesting things about Ruth Bader Ginsburg is her birthday is coming up on March 15th. And so we're very timely. I did not even know that when I decided to feature her today. The photos we're looking at right now are, of course, Ginsburg as a child, and then with her husband shortly after they were married, I think. And then a couple of websites here where I found my resources, the photos, and a lot of the details that we're going to be talking about as well. So let me grab my notes because there's a lot to say about her. So she, like I said, she was born in March, I think 1933. Am I remembering correctly?
She's a great
person. 1933 is when she was born, March 15th. And an interesting thing that I did not know about her is that her maternal grandparents and her father were all immigrants to the U.S. Her grandparents were from Austria and her father was from Russia.
Russia, Mother Russia.
Yep. Now, her mother didn't ever take on a career of her own. She did help with the family business, which her father ran, but she did take Ruth to the library every week, and encouraged her to learn and educate, to do all of the things that she was passionate to do. And she encouraged the learning and stuff like that. Her mother died of cancer the day before Ruth graduated high school. So really sad moment there for her life. But some really interesting things about her. We're going to switch to this.
Yeah, cool signature.
Yes, that's her actual signature. And I just love these photos because you can see her, over the years as a justice, of course.
Her evolution.
Can I say something? She looks like she has the face of somebody just said something really stupid to her, and she's going, "Oh, really? I'm about to destroy you."
Which I'm sure she had that face almost every day.
Yes.
There are actually there are some really beautiful photos of her in various situations and stuff like that where she is smiling, and she has such a beautiful smile. But obviously when she was being a judge, she took that very seriously. So that's, I think, why we see the serious face in these particular photos. She actually graduated in 1954 from Cornell with a bachelor's degree and high honors in government and distinction in all of her other subjects. And then right after she graduated was when she married Martin Ginsburg, and they would have 2 kids together. When she went to Harvard, her husband was already a student there. I think he was 1 year ahead of her. And she was only one of 9 women in her class of 500 people. So if you can kind of imagine what that must have been like, to be sitting there and be one of just 9 women there. And they faced a lot of discrimination from their peers and from the professors as well. They were treated as comic relief. They were actually excluded from certain sections of the library. And at one point, they were actually asked, she was asked how she felt about taking a spot in the program that a man could have had.
What'd she say?
And I don't know.
I want to know the response to that, because from the way she looks, like I said, she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to destroy you."
In the movie about her life, her response was that her husband was a student there, that he was a second year, and that she wanted to understand more. So she wanted to learn so she could better understand what he was learning or something like that. It just made me laugh. Obviously, she was not serious. That wasn't the real reason. But her husband did become ill with cancer while they were both at Harvard learning to be lawyers. So she started going to his classes and her classes. She typed his papers and her papers. She took care of him and their toddler child, so their daughter. So she was a very busy lady. And I think we can understand that any mom, that's a lot. Just being a mom alone is a lot.
She had 3 jobs going.
She did transfer to Columbia in 1958 for her last year because her husband was going there, and she wanted to keep the family together. And she tied for first in her class at graduation. And then she did also then have difficulty finding work because not only was she a woman, she was also Jewish. So she was a Jewish woman looking for a position as a lawyer at firms. She actually went to like 12 different firms and kept getting turned down until she finally took a position as a clerk.
Wasted talent.
Yeah, yeah. But that was just the beginning for her because as she worked her way through various positions and jobs and things like that, by 1963, she became a law professor at Rutgers. Then in 71, as part of the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU, she was central to founding the Women's Rights Project. In 1972, she was the first woman to be hired and receive tenure at Columbia Law School. Then
Yes,
she
Kristen.
served on the general council and the national board of directors for the ACLU. So she did a lot of pretty amazing stuff. And then she would actually go on to, now some of her famous or some of her very important cases. In 1975, she went before the Supreme Court to for the case of Weinberger versus Weisenfeld.
Yes.
And
Yes, we
this
do,
is a
Kristen.
very famous case. Did you hear about this one, Molly?
Which one?
The Weinberger versus Weisenfeld.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that one. I can't remember exact details, but I have heard of it. It's very
yeah. So this case was actually, she was representing a man, a widower. So the case was that he was trying to care for his elderly mother, and he was trying to get Social Security benefits for that a woman in the same position would have gotten, but he was denied because the Social Security benefits specifically stated that they could go to a woman. So he was literally being discriminated against because he was a man. So this was her first big case that she took before the Supreme Court, and she won. And then again in Duren versus Missouri, she argued. Now this particular case was different because in the state of Missouri at the time, only men had to serve jury duty. For women, it was optional. So she actually went to the court to argue that it should be mandatory for both.
Yeah.
And she again won because she said that, women had as much value as part of the jury as the men did. So she thought that, it shouldn't be optional. And again, equal rights. She was always about equality, the same rights for both, regardless of whether you were a man or a woman. In 1980, President Jimmy Carter appointed her to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. And in 1993, she was nominated to the Supreme Court by President Bill Clinton. She was the second woman and the first Jewish woman on the Supreme Court. And of course, we know that she was a champion for gender equality while she served on the court. And her loss, I think personally, directly impacted the overturning of Roe v. Wade. That could never have happened while she was there.
She would have had the other judges going, yeah, we can't go against her.
Right. Now, she had many accolades, so many awards, but she received the World Peace and Liberty Award, the Genesis Lifetime Achievement Award, the Sophia Smith Award, and the Liberty Award. There's a movie about her, and there's a statue of her, which is 7 feet tall.
Now, mind you, she was not a tall woman herself.
No, she was so tiny. She was so short. And so there's this 7-foot tall statue, which is currently in the lobby of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg building at the, and I don't want to say this wrong. I want to get this right. It's at the South Brooklyn Health in Brooklyn.
Shaq RBG.
So if you want to see her, that's where her statue is. So yeah, a lot of that's pretty cool. And she also authored 4 books and edited a lot more books. If you look her up for books, her name is on many books. I think there was 30 of them.
That's not even counting any papers she peer reviewed.
That's true. Now sadly, she did die in on September 18th of 2020. She died at home of cancer. She had worked through cancer for years while still on the Supreme Court. She was the first woman and the first Jewish person to lie in state at the Capitol building. She is buried at Arlington with her husband. Mm-hmm. You can see their grave marker there. Yeah. So that is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I miss her. I cried when she died. And if you haven't seen the movie, I definitely recommend it. Read up on her. There's so much out there to read. And this was only a small piece of who she is, who she was, and the things that she did for us as women and for people in general, for Americans.
Equal and civil rights across the country.
Yes, for civil rights. As part of the ACLU, she worked very hard, and as a judge as well. So if you don't know about her, go learn more because she was pretty incredible.
Word and valid.
Yeah. And then of course, if you guys out there watching have any of your favorites women that you would like to, either be featured on here or just want to talk about in the comments, leave a comment. All right. Mm-hmm. We want to know who you guys look up to. Who's your favorite female in history?
Exactly.
Queen Boudica is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She is definitely very awesome. There were so many women that I could have featured, but when RBG came to mind, I was just like, I have to talk about her. Yes, Michelle Obama. Absolutely. She's a pretty amazing lady as well. I just feel like RBG, as years pass, and history is being taught differently and stuff like that. I don't want her to be forgotten.
Yeah, and she won't be forgotten.
Lost in the don't make fun of lost in the annals of history.
So being Women's History Month, that she's such a huge part of, of our rights that, I needed to talk to her. Talk about her, I feel like.
Yes.
Right.
Now, is there any fun to be had?
Well, we do have some fun.
Hold on for 1 second before you get to recalls, because I want to plug it real quick. Get them ahead of time. Tune in next week when sports will feature their pick for National Women's History Month.
Yes.
Yep. Don't miss it next week. And sports goes first, so you'll get to see that at the beginning.
Exactly. All right, now we get to go to recalls.
Woohoo! The segment that everybody loves. What's stuff in our house might unalive us?
What are we getting into this week as far as recalls? Oh my God, Miss Vicky.
Potato chips.
Miss Vicky, is that you?
Yeah,
I don't like pickle flavored potato chips.
Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle chips. I can't even say this. These Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle chips, if you have them in your house, you might want to be careful if you have a milk allergy.
Before we continue, sports guys, can we run a poll for the sports ladies, I guess?
Yeah, we can. Andrew, if you're down with that.
Yeah, I guess we could. I know you have some picks that you wanted.
I had some picks I wanted to shout out personally, but we can
pull them out.
We can pull them out. We can pull it.
Yeah, be careful how you say that, guys.
Okay. I said poll.
We're not talking about boner bears today.
Oh my God! Don't even.
Andrew's like,
if you missed it, you need to watch last week's episode. Okay, so Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle chips may have actually been packed with jalapeno flavored chips instead. The jalapeno chips contain a milk as an ingredient. I don't know how milk is involved in potato chips, but apparently it is. And so if you have a milk allergy or something like that, just be careful. Check the UPC code on your bag. Go to Total Apex Entertainment and hit up Lifestyles and Food and Drink News to find the article. We've got all the details there because you don't want to eat those if you're allergic.
It looks like Kristen has the pickle chips, so she has to go check them just in case.
It's probably
Check your pickle chips.
The powder that they. It's probably in the powder that they put in that.
Yeah,
chip.
it's probably milk powder.
Yep. Now,
But still,
next up, we have a bunch of stuff featuring children.
flammable
So
clothes.
parents,
Why?
parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, this is your moment. All of these items on the screen are featured in recalls because they are dangerous for children. All right, let's get started. So first up in the upper left-hand corner, you should see 4 amazing products which have been recalled.
Mm-hmm.
First up, we have the Halo Magic sleep suit recall. A choking hazard. That would be the sleep suit in the upper right corner of the upper left picture. I know that's confusing. It's the little white little sleep suit looking deal.
It's the onesie. It's the onesie.
Yeah, that thing. So this magic sleep suit has a zipper head that can be detached from the garment. There are no reports of children being injured, but there are 15 reports of the zipper head coming off. So
why would you put a zipper on a baby's outfit?
No.
I know some of them do, but I don't like the fact that zippers are on
a onesie.
Yeah, this thing actually has 2 zippers. They're on both sides. I know it's hard to see, but it's like a bib front thing, and it's zip.
I don't. Okay, Chris. Her kid would have eaten that.
A lot of
Nice
kids
to know
would.
that there's a recall for a reason. Yes.
Yep.
Nice and shiny.
So these were sold between September of 2025 and February of 2026 through halosleep.com, Amazon, Walmart, and Target. They were about $50. $50 for a thing your kid's gonna wear for like 5 minutes and outgrow. I don't know. Parents, explain this to me.
$50
all over it.
Hold on. So $50 for a thing for a onesie is ridiculous. But $50 for a onesie with zippers falling apart.
It's a magic sleep suit.
No.
I don't know what makes it magic.
I don't care if Tinkerbell's the one who made it. I'm not paying $50 for it.
Clap your
Tinkerbell made it. It would
hands.
fly.
Like that kid better be able to become Peter Pan if that's the case.
In the upper left corner there, we have a pair of pajama pants. We're still in the realm of pajamas. These are from Forever 21, and they have been recalled for flammability standards.
Flammable clothes.
Yep. So these
flammable clothes.
Yep.
Flammable things.
Only the one item had a fire issue, so I couldn't put everything on fire. I mean, I could, but so in this case, these are Forever 21 Kids Disney Mickey Mouse pajama pants. They do not meet the mandatory flammability standards. They were sold exclusively at forever21.com between September and November of 2025, and they were about $25. So yeah, you don't want to use those anymore, and contact the retailer on their website or check out our article because that has all the details.
Little Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
You can find this one on totalapexentertainment.com under lifestyles and then home and garden news. Now in the lower right hand corner of the upper left picture, you're gonna see what looks like a spray bottle. Now that's weird. What does that have to do with children? Well, this is a hair regrowth treatment which contains minoxidil and does not have any child resistant packaging. It is violating the Poison Prevention Packaging Act.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
PPA.
Kids could eat it. If the children ingest this stuff, it's a cardiovascular drug, so it can cause serious harm or death. If you have it, you can contact for a free replacement. And finally, in that image, we have the Cubamana Island Storm building set recall. Now, these are it's like a building set, and it's really cute, actually. It looks like a whole pirate thing. But this thing has lights, and it has a battery compartment, and it has one of those little button batteries in it. The button cell battery can be easily removed by children, and if a child swallows that button cell battery, it can cause internal chemical burns, intestinal perforations, and cause them to be unalived. We don't want that to happen. These were sold on Amazon from October to 2025 till January of 2026 for about $30. If you throw it out, photograph it in the trash, and email the photo to them, you'll get a full refund. So, yeah. Don't do that. Okay.
Don't do that.
One more item here. The Tubby Tots Fizzy Flask Bath Magic. Bath Magic? I can't even read
looks
these.
delicious.
That looks yummy.
But it's not consumption that's the problem here. Presumably you could eat it and it'd be fine. It's soap. But
can I have a guess? Can I have a guess?
Yeah.
Can I have a guess? It explodes.
Kind of.
Oh.
This one is on recall for an impact hazard. So apparently the stuff in the little plastic flask could build up some pressure, and when they go to open the thing, it could pop open very strongly, bam, eject forcefully. There's better words for that.
Like the anime pose where they get smacked on the chin, like that.
Yeah, so this is not like a gentle little pop. It's a bam, shaking up that bottle of champagne and having the cork fly out. There have been 3 reports of pieces shooting out of the container upon opening. 2 consumers reported bruises and swelling, and 1 person had a chipped tooth. So these are being recalled. Not all of the sets are affected. Only a single production run from August of 2025, which was sold from November through January. They were between $14 to $15. So if you bought them from Amazon.com, WonderFunBrands.com, or TikTok shop at WonderFunBrands, you would be in that group, and you can. There's a whole set of instructions. So stop using it. Register for a refund at WonderFunBrands.com/recall. Write the word recalled on each plastic flask. Seal it all in a garbage bag and throw it out. Yeah, so we have all those instructions on our website. But some crazy stuff going on there with the kids. Your kids are in danger.
Kids are always in danger. They're just more conscious of it now.
Yeah, so that one is also on the under lifestyles and then home and garden, along with the other 4. So a lot of crazy stuff going on with recalls. Not as much fun as last week's recalls, though, I do have to say, because boner bears. I just had to say it one more time.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have
Andrew's
to
like, please stop torturing me.
It's just fun to say. Come on, say it, Brandon.
No, it's not fun at all.
No.
What you mean?
The alliteration is amazing.
Yes, it is. That's the only reason I like it, because the alliteration is awesome. That's why I like to say it.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, that's what we've got for living today.
That was great.
Well, guys, it's that time.
Aww.
Unfortunately.
But you know what? That's fine. If you guys want to hear more news stories, head over to totalapexentertainment.com. Don't forget to head over to totalapexsports.com. And of course, don't forget to hit that bell, subscribe, comment, and do all the other things that social media asks you to do. For Total Apex Media Podcast, this has been Corey. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, have a